Hey, how you doing? This is Lawton. Hope you're doing well. Wanted to talk to you really quickly about the future of advertising. Now, we are getting a lot of traction on these campaigns. So if you would like to, we haven't really started to turn the retargeting on. So if you would like to talk to me about us running your social media campaigns, your helping you structure your offer and your ad in your email and your campaign, and basically if you're already making sales and you want to ramp up those sales, like we've done for people like Frank Kern, Bond Halbert, Ryan Dice, Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street, then all you need to do is go to chilescall.com. If somebody would post that into the comments, I'd be grateful. It's chilescall.com, okay? And what's going to happen there is you will see a video that explains the entire process, but all I need from you is some answer a few questions. Then I will get back to you as soon as I can. I just need to know what you're currently selling. So let's talk about, you can go to Chiles Call, that's like chilescall.com, Chiles call.com, and you will see that. Okay, so if you want to see some of how the copy would work if we work together, you can also go to chilesemail.com. That's chilesemail.com. Okay, that's like my last name, chilesemail.com. So let's talk about the future of advertising. I was reading through Wired magazine. You know, we did this thing the other day where I had this magazine and I showed you some of the different. You can see right here. This is a 3-part layout, and they're just wasting advertising dollars because they've done studies that these a one-page ad like this will outconvert a 2-page, and a 1-page ad will really outconvert a 3-page. All right. Now that's different. That's different than a sales letter. A sales letter in the mail. And again, the reason I'm showing you this is because something like this, where it's just 1 page, right? I don't know if you can see that, but let me know in the down below if you can. Something like this, which is 1 page, will outconvert a 2-page and a 3-page. Now, a sales letter or a letter in the mail, you want that to be longer, okay? Because usually that old adage, the more you tell, the more you sell. Well, that is accurate, except when it comes to magazines, because magazines spaces at such a premium that what's happening is, and I'm just looking for another example. The other thing that we looked at was this right here. We looked at the Pac-Man ad. It's some kind of perfume. And just see how this cute and clever never really, and I don't know if you can see that clearly because it's, we're looking at the opposite here. But if you can see this, it's probably upside down for you. But you can see that this is like a Pac-Man ad, okay? And it's Paco Rabanne is the perfume. And so what's happening here is these companies, and this is their perfume right here. I think you can see this. It might be upside down. Let me see if I can go in here and hold on one second, because I think what I can do is I can turn it around. Yeah. All right. So you should be able to see this now. You should be able to see this magazine. Okay, yeah. I think you can. Is it upside down? No, it's not. All right, so you can see this ad right here, this double ad, where we're talking about this is such wasted ad space that they'd be much better if they did just 1 page, okay? And that's the kind of thing that we're seeing over and over and over again with these advertisements is wasted space. And I wanted to talk to you really quickly about the future of advertising. The future of advertising is in big data. That might not be a shock to you, but what's happening is this whole article, and I'm just flipping through it off camera here, this whole magazine from Wired is talks about Facebook. Okay, scandals, backstabbing, resignations, robots, record profits, and time bombs. All right, and this is all about Facebook. Now, why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because big data is back, okay? And big data is here to stay. So we're talking about the future of ads. And again, if you're just joining us and you'd like for me to help you double or triple your conversions without you touching your computer keyboard to get the copy done, and you're seeing sales go down. So if you have an existing sales process, if you're currently enrolling clients and customers, but you want those conversions to go up at a much higher level, then fill out the little questionnaire at chilescall.com. And if somebody would be kind enough to type that into the comments down below, it's CHILES, chilescall.com. You'll see some questions about what you're selling, who you help, and what results you would like if we work together. And I'll take a look at what you've got. And if I think I can help you, I will reach out and we can have a chat, okay? But so I wanted to talk to you about big data. Now, everything is going to become superfluous with big data. Like the watch that I'm wearing right now, this iWatch, I think it can even tell like when I fall down, and it has like EKG monitoring. It's got the camera is different. It's got a whole bunch of different things here based on, my activity. So basically these smart assistants like your Alexa behind me and Siri, this is just the beginning. And when it comes to advertising and marketing, we're seeing some really cool stuff. What we're seeing is that we're able to put just one ad in front of a huge audience. So back in the day, you used to have to I want to only run my ad to gardeners, or I want to only run my ad to people who like social media marketing, or I want to only run my ad to people who are interested in buying a new car, right? And you'd have to niche that down, and it would be really expensive to do that, and it would be really time consuming and costly. But now what we're seeing is that we can run those same ads to really all of America. So anyone who likes automobiles, and then we can either call out to that person in the copy. Now we do this through what's called dog whistle copy, which was a term that it's an old school copywriting and direct response term. And if you think you know what that means, then let me know down below. Why do I use that term dog whistle copy? Well, the reason that I use it is because this kind of copy is only calling out to people who have a specific problem or are interested in a specific topic. So let's just use the wasted ad that we saw on the back of this magazine that we talked about yesterday. If you go back to that Facebook Live where I show you these ads on camera, we talked about this ad right here, which is sorry, the camera's in reverse, so I'm trying to let you see this. Doggone it. It's all twisted around, sorry. So it's harder for me to show it to you. But basically, this is a ad for the Honda Passport. Beautiful vehicle. And it says, you can shower on Monday. And it has a photo of the car, and you can see it right here. You can shower on Monday. All right. No call to action, no URL, no go to our website, fill out a form, nothing. All right. Mostly branding and image awareness, which is fine. But we are able to take an ad like that, and let's say we wanted to run that in perpetuity in front of all people who had every automobile. So like all automobile owners, or people who were interested in automobiles, or people who subscribe to automobile magazines. And then whoever watches a certain percentage of that. So the data and the audience will do the filtering for us, right? Because they will go and Facebook will run that ad to like 10 million people. And then we can use the dog whistle copy like, hey, are you interested in cars like Honda, Toyota, Lexus, and Audi? If so, you might want to know about this interesting thing that we just found out about 2020 cars and 2021 cars and what's coming out into the marketplace, right? And if they keep watching that ad, Facebook will then drill down and say, hey, we found through data that this person watched 25%, this person watched 50%, this person watched 100% of a 5-minute video. And so then you can retarget them and remarket to them based on their behavior. But it's so cheap. It's so darn cheap to get them to take that action, right? It's so darn cheap to get them to take that action that literally for less than $1, you can get somebody to watch almost your entire video, which is, so you're getting this brand awareness, right? Which is what these people love. You're getting this image advertising, which is what magazines and TV and all these people love. so you're getting people to know that we make cars, or we have information about cars, or we'd like you to come into our dealership, right? You're getting people to know that you have a car dealership, or that you are have an info product about cars, or whatever your company's about. So you're getting this top of mind awareness. You're also getting the fact that you're getting all that social engagement, right? So you're getting the shares, you're getting the comments, you're getting the likes, you're getting the social proof. If you're running that as an engagement ad, which I recommend you do, not a video view, but an engagement ad, okay? And then you're able to retarget people who are, who read through the first, part of the copy here. You're able to retarget people who read through that first part of the copy automatically through rules you can set up in Facebook. And this is so cheap. So it's like the future. It's like going back to like 1920s and 30s and doing radio advertising, and going back to like the early 50s and doing TV advertising. And the brands that invested in those was because, and I think Gary Vaynerchuk's right about this, is because it was so darn cheap for these companies to run these ads, that's how like Tide became a household name, and Xerox, and other ones that got famous through direct mail. But the bottom line is that if you would like us to help you run these type of campaigns where we're getting people, like imagine if I told you to go run a TV commercial, and you would pay tens of thousands of dollars for people to watch that entire commercial and know about you and your brand, let alone following up with those people with an offer, right? Well, what if I told you for less than like $2 a visitor, you can get people to watch 100% of that ad, and even if it's like 15 minutes long. I mean, I'm running stuff that's like 15, 16 minutes, and I'm getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people to finish the entire video, right? And then I can retarget them based on their actions with an actual offer or an ad or whatever the next step is. So if you'd like me to do this with you, if you would like me to write a lot of the copy with you, if you would like me to increase your sales and conversions, then go to chilescall.com and I can show you how I'm doing this. Again, it's chilescall.com. Let's see, I think we have a comment here. Let's see, do I know? Yeah, so David, I think I followed up with you via message. But basically, the whole idea is to get them to respond to a certain thing. So if you wanted to sell sports memorabilia, it's a hard word to say. If you wanted to sell sports memorabilia, then you would start with what we call, you could do what's called, Kevin Hodo showed me this, you can do what's called a Hydra campaign, where you talk about the 10 biggest problems in your market for like 2 or 3 minutes. And then whoever watches the first one of those 10 videos, then you would go into an offer sequence, okay? Then you would go into, hey, by the way, if you're interested in, this type of card game, if you're interested in these old vintage board games, if you're interested in this type of playing card or this collectible, then here's 3 things you need to know about the next hot market in collectibles that it's not being talked about on the internet, right? And then you go in for like 3 or 4 minutes and talk about the problem is, well, a lot of people are flooding the market right now. I'm making this up, by the way, but a lot of people are flooding the collectibles market right now in terms of memorabilia. And, while you don't need to do what Mike Tyson did or what OJ did and rob the memorabilia from somebody else, the next best way to get your hands on really priceless, great sports memorabilia is these 3 tips. And then you would give them those tips, or you would tell them in that video something that's going on in the marketplace that wasn't great, and then how to overcome that problem. And then be like, by the way, if you enjoyed this, then stay tuned for the next video. So what I would do at that point is you can either do one of 2 things. You can enroll them in a free group where you indoctrinate them further into your messaging and your marketing and your methodology, or you can just retarget them with an offer, once you've seen that they've watched a certain amount. Because what most people are doing is they're kind of coming into the market, no matter if it's, any kind of product or service. And what they're doing is they're starting right at the sale, like, hey, buy my stuff, right? But the problem is the markets are saturated now, and people don't just respond to a blatant sales pitch anymore. Even when I was hired to do a 15 to 30 page sales letter, the reason why those worked is because we indoctrinated them to the belief systems that they needed to have in order to buy our product. And that's why it took 15, 20, 25 pages of copy to do that. Now we can do that through video, we can do that through email, and we don't necessarily need to have everybody have a webinar or a long form sales pitch, although sometimes that's necessary. So it just depends on what you're doing. But I would put that sort of Hydra campaign into place where you make 3, 4, 5 little videos that say, hey, so if I was doing it, I would say, hey, do you know the number one way to get people to keep reading? It's not by writing a long sales message. It's just to get them to read the first page, the first sentence of your copy. Here's how you do that, right? And then I would educate them for 3 or 4 minutes. And then I would put in a call to action like, by the way, if you'd like to learn the 10 other rules that I've come up with tactical examples on how to increase sales, then go to my Facebook Higher Conversions group, right? So basically what you're doing is you're trying to put them into a pool where you can then make an offer, right? So it doesn't matter if it's sales, it doesn't matter if it's memorabilia, it doesn't matter if it's, no matter what the market is, as long as there's a demand for it, you can reach those people and you can cultivate that into higher sales more often. As long as you know what the problems in the market are. So yeah, that's basically in a nutshell what I would do, right? So if you can make a 2 or 3 minute video on your phone, I don't know how you're running your marketing right now, but basically from what you sent me, it seems like things were going pretty well and you would like to double or triple those conversions. And one way to do that is by maybe going back 2 or 3 steps and be like, well, instead of like trying to sell right off the bat, what are the 5 or 10 most pressing issues that I can go in on and demonstrate my expertise, right? So what's the problem? So problem number 1 is maybe there's a lot of fake cards in the marketplace, or maybe there's a lot of cards going up and down in value, or maybe so whatever the problem is, then you would go into it in that video for 2 or 3 minutes and give them a solution. And then you would lead them to the next step. And if they watched a certain amount of the video, then you could automatically retarget them with the next video. So you could have 2 or 3 indoctrination videos that are like 3 minutes long. And then if they watch both of those, then the third thing would be an offer, right? So you'd put things in front of the offer to indoctrinate them, to build trust, to build the desire in the product, to demonstrate that you actually know what you're talking about and that you can actually help them with the solution or the offer or whatever they want to get. So hopefully that makes sense to you. If you do want to talk about that further and let me give you specific examples, then go to chilescall.com and fill out that little form, the questionnaire, and I will be in touch with you. Sometimes sending me messages on this gets messed up because it has to go through different filters based on the fan page and how they do stuff and where it ends up in my inbox. But if you go to chilescall.com, that's Chiles call. If somebody wants to type that in, that'd be awesome, since I can't do it myself. But yeah, chilescall.com. If you're interested in talking on the phone, then we can talk for 10 or 15 minutes about what you're going through and what you're currently doing that's working, and then how to sort of supercharge that. Okay. Anywho, thank you guys for sticking around. I appreciate it. Again, if you would like for me to help you run your marketing, come up with the copy angles, come up with the advertising angles, put more customers in your pocket and more clients in your pocket than are currently enrolling right now, and you would like to do that without doing a lot of the heavy lifting yourself, so again, you can go to chilescall.com. Now, this does require you to have one thing, and that's existing sales. So if you've never sold anything online, if you're just beginning marketing your business, this is probably not the right relationship for you to get into, right? Because I really only can help people that have forward momentum, and that's just how I do things. It's nothing on you. It's just what I have to work with. It's easier to help people that are on third base and want to hit a home run rather than like, oh, I've never hit a home run before, and getting into all those mechanics, right? So if you're currently making sales, if you're currently enrolling clients and customers, and you would like to have a far easier way to shortcut to sales every day without touching your keyboard, go to chilescall.com. That's just my last name, Chiles, So if you Google Lawton Chiles, or if you just type in chilescall.com, you'll see it, and we'll go from there. All right, thanks so much. Look forward to seeing you. Take care.